We are here in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, where 4 children have emerged from the remains of a plane crash. It seems that they are the only survivors of the crash.
Oh no, it seems we're the only survivors of the crash.
They look around, but they see no other people, and there is no water in sight.
Guys, I looked around, and there's no other people, and there's no water in sight.
There is little vegetation, few animals, and cold temperature. The 4 lone friends inspect the plane and search for valuable resources to help them on their quest for survival. For several dead bodies and carefully maneuvering through the horrific wreckage, they end up finding valuable materials. They manage to salvage 2 blankets, a knife, 2 days worth of food rations, and 1 day worth of drinking water.
Hey, come here, look! After climbing through the wreckage, I found 2 blankets and a knife.
I found about 2 days worth of food and a day worth of water.
No, wait, I found something better. Flex tape.
Well, according to my calculations, it's a 100% chance of this fixing the plane.
Well, let's get started then.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Noah is dead. We have no food, no water, and there's not anything remotely Italian out here. Will I ever get to eat lasagna again? And worst of all, I might never get to have another general biology honors class again. That was my favorite class, and Mr. Epps is my favorite teacher.
Yeah, Mr. Epps is my favorite teacher too, but don't worry. Mr. Epps has taught us everything we need to know about survival. Even though you may not have been paying attention in his class, I have extensive notes on how to survive in a scenario just like this. I just need to find them.
And so the 3 scrawny white boys set off to find Colin's notes. They spent about 2 hours looking for Colin's notes in his messy, disorganized backpack, and they couldn't find them.
Hey guys, we spent about 2 hours looking for my notes in my backpack, but we still couldn't find them.
Suddenly, the 3 remaining survivors turned around to find a camel who was eating Colin's notes. Colin, a camel is eating your notes.
Hey, put those down this instant, you ugly, hunchback, good-for-nothing, funky-looking camel.
The camel must have not understood the well-executed insults because the camel dropped the notes and befriended the 3 unlikely survivors. The 3 boys and the camel began to read Colin's notes.
Would you look at that? It says right here never to fix a plane with flex tape. Now that's a lot of damage.
And on the next page, it says that our cells might be in danger. Approximately 70% of our cells are composed of water. That's a lot. The other 30% is being made of macromolecules? Oh, like nucleic acids, carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. So this means that if we don't drink enough water, we could dehydrate our cells and die.
And since, according to the first tenet of cell theory, all of us are made of cells, we had better stay hydrated.
Yeah, and also, since one of the properties of water is that it has a high specific heat, it'll keep our body temperature regulated. Even though processes like regulating body temperature and our immune system are done with homeostasis, water is still important. Is anyone else cold?
Yeah, didn't you say that you found 2 blankets in the plane wreckage?
Oh yeah, let's get warm under those.
But wait, like you said earlier, all living organisms are made out of cells, which means...
The camel is made of cells too! We can't just let the camel freeze to death. The camel can share Giacomo's blanket with him. Giacomo's so skinny he could fit anywhere.
Despite their best efforts to stay warm, the frigid temperatures were starting to get to them.
Despite my best efforts to stay warm, the temperatures are starting to get to me.
Tell me about it. According to my calculations, the Gobi Desert gets to below negative 24 degrees Celsius.
How do you feel, Giacomo? Giacomo?
It turns out that Giacomo had died of hypothermia because the camel ate their blanket. Aw, snap! Giacomo is dead, and whatever. Let's get some sleep. The 2 remaining survivors woke up and went on search for food. Good morning, Colin.
This actually is not a good morning. Why would you lie to me, Harrison?
I don't know. I'm hungry. Let's see what food we found in the plane. It looks like the only food that they could salvage from the plane wreckage were 2 large containers of McDonald's fries.
It looks like the only food on the plane were McDonald's French fries.
According to your notes, one of the characteristics of life is metabolism. We use metabolism to use the energy in our food. The human body needs to consume all of the macromolecules to function optimally. And this also helps with our growth and development. The French fries will take care of the carbohydrates and the lipids with no problem. But how will we get proteins and nucleic acids? It seems that the luck of the 2 children was doing better. They would find the source of protein right now.
Look, it's a jerboa. Jerboans are small rodents that are indigenous to the Gobi Desert. We can consume the 2 remaining macromolecules, proteins and nucleic acids, by killing these innocent creatures.
Great idea! We can use that hunting knife you found. The 2 survivors began to slaughter the tiny and very cute jerboas until they had enough food for the 2 of them.
This is awesome! We have enough food to survive for weeks. Right, Harrison?
Unfortunately, Harrison died while hunting jerboas because it had not occurred to them that another species native to the Gobi Desert was the snow leopard, a carnivore.
More food for me.
Colin began to consume the McDonald's fries and the dead jerboas.
I am eating the McDonald's fries and the jerboas. Lucky for me, I have so much food. Due to the cell membrane semi-permeability, and the fact that the cell has transport proteins and glycoproteins, which are responsible for signaling the transport proteins to take in molecules, I can easily absorb glucose into my cells, which gives me the energy I need to stay sharp. I can also absorb water this way. One of water's properties is that it has polarity, making it difficult for the water to just go through the cell membrane, because it gets stuck on the polar ends of the phospholipids.
Then, Colin spotted some people in the distance. The lone survivor ran as fast as he could to see if they could help him.
Can you please help me? I've been stranded in the Gobi Desert forever!
You have literally only been out here for a day and a half. Calm down.
Okay, fine, but will you please help?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried. What do I need to do?
Just tap your heels together 3 times and say, "There's no place like general biology honors."
Wait, that is a stupid idea. That is clearly a Wizard of Oz reference.
What are you talking about? There is nothing strange going on at all.
Now you're a different color? What's next? Do I explode? Do frogs start raining from the sky? Does that camel say my name?
Colin!
Well, what do you know? I'm going crazy enough to think that a camel of all things is talking to me.
The camel said his name again.
Colin!
Wow, it said my name again. What are the odds?
Well, according to my calculations, pretty low.
What is going on? And why is Harrison of all people narrating my life? Didn't you die?
Yes.
Wait. Camels talking, color changing socks, and talking to the dead? This must be one big dream!
Colin, wake up! Have you been listening to me at all?
No, sorry.
Let's get started on your final.
Can't move, I want to get out.
Colin, have you done any work on our final yet?
No, actually I fell asleep in biology and Mr. Epps got on me.
Again, Colin?
Always does this.
Every single class period.
Every single
Colin, according to my calculations, that's 10% of our grade.
You're gonna fail us all.
Yeah.
Don't do it, man.
Colin,
Gotta wake up.
you gotta carry
Yeah.
the group. Do you have any ideas at least? Any thoughts?
Actually, I do have one idea.
What is it?
Who wants to make puppets?
Me.